Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seat. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast Show. Yeehaw!
Good morning, Southern Fried Podcast fans, and all of our breadheads out there in Cornbread Nation. Happy Hump Day!
Yay! Halfway
Yeah.
through a work week. I love it. I love it.
Well, not quite halfway, not halfway till lunchtime, but you're
Well,
almost halfway through the work week.
But I won't be online at 12, so I'm gonna say it now. We're almost half. We're right at halfway, man. We're gonna claim it. We are among the people of the generation that name it and claim it, which is kind of out silly. I mean, you can claim all you want, don't mean it, but we're gonna claim it today on the Southern Fried Podcast. Thank you to all of our followers. By the way, Rob, I'm going to start out the program with saying that we all can feel just a little smarter today. It's easy. All you have to do is exist and have one brain cell, and today you're going to feel smarter with the next statement that I'm going to make. Are you ready? Even
I'm
you,
ready.
Rob, in South Georgia, you're going to feel so
even
much
me?
smarter.
What do you mean, even harder? Oh,
Hey,
this better be a good one.
AOC called Elon Musk dumb. This dude is like a on genius level IQ, and her highness from up there who got elected because she can dance and is kind of cute and a big mouth, she could have the audacity to call him dumb. AOC, if nothing else, you got a mouth and you like to use it, but you sure don't think about what you're saying.
That is just like, for her to call him dumb would be like standing in the sewer and screaming crap. I mean, come on.
I didn't even have to read the article. When I seen the headline on that one, I was like, okay.
Was it yesterday that the Democrats had this stupid rally? Excuse me. That kind of snuck out. Was it yesterday that they had that stupid rally up there?
Oh,
I know it was up there. Because if it had been down here, they'd have run them idiots off.
I think it might have been. I don't remember.
I mean, look, we put up with, and we try to really let everybody know that in the South, we're like the epitome of hospitality. We welcome anyone and everyone into our towns or counties. They'd run them off. They'd be like, get your dumb asses out of here. Good morning, Killer Carl. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Killer. Enjoyed your show. A whole lot.
You have never seen such a wringing of hands and gnashing of the teeth as they were putting out yesterday. Oh my gosh, it almost looked like an episode of The View between Chuck Schumer, Elizabeth Warren, and her little Pocahontas self. Oh my gosh, Maxine. All these idiots up there. Oh my gosh, get away with you say it or whatever. Get your foot off my throat and all this other horse hockey. My goodness, it was amazing. It could have been an episode of The View.
Oh man, they're some of the dumbest people ever, man. I swear.
We'd have run them slap out of South Georgia. I guarantee you.
Killer Carl, I'm trying to remember. I was so enjoying his commentary about how dumb. Who was you on the soapbox for last night in your first program? I just went blank this morning, but he was going after it. I mean, I loved it. I was doing some work while I was listening to him. I was clapping him. Yeah. I don't remember who it was right now. I've slept since then. But you got to do is take a choice. There's so many dumb people, from AOC to whoever, Elizabeth Warren. I mean, the list is pretty deep, but he was doing a good job of going after it.
We like when people get on a soapbox.
Well, Killer Carl in his program, please, folks, go give him a follow on his Rumble channels. I love that he starts out with some really heavy, aggressive music. It just gets me. I have that, Beavis and Butthead feeling like, yes, yes.
Well, you kind
Get
of
'em!
look like one of them.
Well, you know, maybe as an old one. But if I'm Beavis, you're Butthead. So
It's Bubba's and Beathead. Oh, them boys, Bubba's and Beathead. I think they're in my camper again. What are you boys doing in my camper?
oh man.
Oh
Oh, I
my
love it,
goodness.
man. It's like Amen Corner. I mean, everything, you know, he's at every point he hit, I was like, yes. Yeah,
Yeah, oh yeah. The one.
yes,
Oh, we're
yes.
gonna back Trump up. Oh, the heck with him. Let's all go around and stab him in the back now. Yeah.
But you know, I think that we're in good shape. I think the confirmations are going to finally get through. I mean, here we are, February 5th, and we still got people that can't do their job that they're there for. Think about
Right.
that. And that was what I was saying last night is how many of these folks. I mean, day one, you've got to get people assembled to help, you know, your staff, whatever.
Yeah.
They're holding people back from doing a very important job. And every day you wait puts them at a disadvantage of being able to get, and that's what they want. But I mean, it's ridiculous. Let's get these people in there, let them do their job. Ridiculous.
Well, you know, they don't care. They want to hinder Trump any way they can and slow him down any way they can. Now he's on a roll right now, and he don't look to be slowing down none. I mean, so but they're trying to pump the brakes on him. We're gonna
I'll
make
tell
Gaza great again now.
the statement of there were two statements yesterday that were absolutely awesome. One is all of the flights that are headed into Gitmo. That was great. Yes.
Yeah.
Club Gitmo is getting some new guests. And two is that the mullahs in Iran are real hopeful that the president stays very healthy right now, because he said, if something happens to me, I've left instructions for you to be obliterated. JD Vance gets to hit the button. Missiles are en route. Bombers are in the air.
Oh,
go ahead. Make my day.
Yeah. What was he?
Genius move.
What about his thing to make Gaza great again?
Oh, yeah, he's talking about taking it over.
We'll take over. We'll just take it over. We'll kick them all out. We'll tear everything down and level it and rebuild it. That's awesome.
Now they're saying they're wanting to negotiate with him.
What? Why?
Even little Zelensky over there, he's ready to negotiate. He realizes the end is very near. Oh, bless his heart. They say that the Russian army is losing 1,500 to dead or wounded every day in that war. And a lot of these troops are from the, you know, they're not in Russia proper. They're from, you know, the outliers. And they say they're making people go back. The reports are they're making soldiers on crutches go back into line of battle because they're trying to keep their numbers pumped up there. And these guys are just cannon fodder, man. You know, lives for land. He's just trying to claim as much as he can before it gets to that point where they negotiate. That's what's going on right now. 1,500 a day. It's piling up, man. Crazy.
And how about this little comment? Now, this is straight off Fox, but Army recruiting shatters records after President Trump's election win.
Yes, I saw that. The month was great. They averaged 350 a day or something like that. Yes. And the numbers for them are boosting. Well, yeah, I mean, you make it a fighting force again. You know, you bring back honor and dignity. You know, you don't have to worry about your leader walking in you know, female's clothes or whatever. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what they've been dealing with. The hierarchy of the military has just turned sick, and they did that on purpose.
Could you imagine your platoon sergeant in boot camp coming through? Drop your whatevers and grab your socks. Let's get up and go. And you look up, and he's wearing a brassiere and lacy panties. It just would not have the same effect. You wouldn't know whether to salute him or hug him. I mean, if you were a Marine.
It's just,
I love the Marines. Love them. Love all of our armed forces. That's I was in the Navy, and I'm morally obligated to give Marines a hard time.
Hey, real quick, I saw his post yesterday. When is Robert Diamond stepping off on the trail? Is he already gone, or is that still to come up? I couldn't remember the date. Is it the 15th, 13th, 15th, something like that?
Yeah, I think we have an interview.
I know we have one like the day before or 2 days before he gets up on the Appalachian.
He's leaving out on the 20th.
20th. Oh, maybe it's the 15th. He's going to be with us.
Yeah, I think it's next Monday.
Okay, he's getting a lot closer. Folks, go give Robert Diamond on Facebook a follow. Military veteran, going to be walking the trail, much like George Eshelman, carrying names of those who have fallen due to
not just from the military, but also
and first responders.
Yeah.
But he's going to be stepping off. He's going to be back with us. That was one of our most popular programs. And I understand why. It's not us. It's the what he's doing. Yeah. We had a huge audience in that night. Wanted to hear what he had to say, and also he's raising support not for his pocket. He's wanting to give to veteran causes and stuff, and PTSD groups and whatever. But he's paying for his own ride under his retirement or whatever. So,
and he's asking for people to sponsor him. A mile.
Any amount. $22.
Works out like the $22.
Basically, just $22. But you can give whatever you want. If you want to give a buck, give a buck. Kick a buck, as they said in what's the old movie? Where he ate all the eggs. I can't. My brain's not working this morning. Paul Newman and the eggs, man. What was the name of that daggum? He went to jail. Somebody in the chat will tell us, man. I'll throw it out there. They never fail to answer.
I
know that.
For my time.
Anyway, they had they were betting, and he would say, "Kick a buck." He was just crazy betting. It's funny. Hey, we covered on the program about a few days ago. It's been maybe a week ago. We were covering the prop bets for Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl. I noticed the national news was actually covering those today. We were ahead of the game. We'd already covered that.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Just to see how many times they put her on screen before the coin toss.
Yeah. Well, they have the national anthem. How many kisses are going to get made and all this stuff. So crazy. I do hope it's a good game though.
I don't see how it couldn't be, but we'll see. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm hopeful. I think that with Tulsi being confirmed, switching back to the confirmations, I think the rest are going to be okay. I think RK Jr. I think he should push through, and that should open the door to everything else. So it's just the delay that bothers me. But I think that we'll probably see a lot of those clear out this week. So that will be good. That they get on that. I'm really curious. The thing I'm really curious about is the work of Doge and looking at these receipts and seeing where this money has went. I'm very interested in that. I'm very interested in knowing where this money has been going, if they can track it, I just think that's interesting.
This seems to me like one of the biggest, I hate to even call it a conspiracy theory because it's not, because we got the receipts. We know where they're using the money for, but where's it really going? You can't tell me. Whose pockets are getting lined here, and they need to find that out.
There's also a headline that he's offered all of the CIA buyouts just to leave.
Oh wow!
So he's ready to reshape all these departments: the FBI, the CIA, Department of Education, on and on and on and on. I mean, they're going through them one by one. And reshaping America. I mean, we're watching the reshaping of America right before our eyes, and he is following through. I mean, he didn't get in there and say, "Well, I'm going to, do what I just wanted to get elected, and then I'm going to do whatever." He's following through.
Just a second. I am still listening, but I need to pop down just a second.
No, go ahead. Yeah, he's making sure that he has followed through his campaign promises, which he really did that last time he was in office and accomplished so very much because of the all the things that he ran on that he was able to accomplish. The only thing he wasn't able to accomplish was the things that the rhinos held him back on. But he definitely was getting things done, and he's doing that again, and at lightning speed. If last time if he was doing 80, he's got the pedal to the metal now, and he's really pushing at all areas that he can, and pushing as fast as he can to get a lot of these campaign promises accomplished as quickly as possible. And it's refreshing to see. But we're living during an amazing time, as he is really, again, reshaping American politics and American foreign policy, and on you go. But every government institution is being scrutinized and put through a filter. Either or do we need to eliminate it, or we need to reshape it? We're going to clean it out. We're firing people, offering them buyouts or whatever. But we're seeing that right before our eyes. There's never anything like this ever happened. No. Since the formation of the United States of America. I've never seen anything like this happen. It's truly amazing. It's historic is the word I would use.
Well, backing up just a little bit, you were talking about, he's got his foot on the pedal, going full bore and wide open. He's up there singing, I can't drive 55.
There's no doubt about that.
He's singing that while he's doing it, Yeah, that
man.
He rocks in the treetops all the day long, rocking in a Donald Lennon singing this song. All the little Dims on Crybird Street.
They are.
And they are. I was going to say use another word for ahead of bird there, but I thought it'd be nice to change it to cry. Rock the little Donald, going cry, 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 rocking Donald.
On the move, man. I mean, he is lightning speed, like I say, ramming speed. I mean, he's making sure that he's at so many levels, man. I mean, like
bend over, Dims. Donald's coming through at ramming speed. Look out. I'm sorry. Get out, boy.
It's almost like one of them old B movies, where we've talked about, like the monster, the blob, or something comes into town. All the people are running, from it. Except in this case, it's the Democrats. They're all on the run. Oh my God, it's Donald. He's in town. He's in our department. I mean,
I the old Godzilla movie. Yeah. The old Godzilla movies. They're going to run away. Ah, Godzilla! Godzilla! He got Donald.
He just needs his guard, like the Emperor, like his Red Guard. He needs a bunch of those guys in robes. You can't see their faces. And they're like, oh my God, the Red Guard's here, Close your computers fast before he sees the pornography we've been watching instead of doing our jobs. I could just see him, running through trying to clean up everything as they show up at their department.
Oh no, they're going to shut us down. They're going to take our computers.
Yeah. And they show up at their homes, and the kids are going, oh, here he's here. Here they come. You wouldn't go back to work. We're all in trouble.
Run under the bed, Mommy, Daddy.
I told you to go back to work, honey. They just walk up the door, and they just post a termination letter on the door. You go ahead and stay at home. Just stay at home.
Nail it to the door with a railroad spike. Out with a sledgehammer driving the spike through their door to hold their notice on it.
They post a sign out the front, shame, to alert all the neighbors. Did you know you have a communist living in your neighborhood?
And looking by the stuff we saw in their browser history, right all around you chillin'.
Yeah, exactly. Exposed. There's a guy. He has. There's a couple of them on the X, and they'll choose different ones, and they'll say, "You have been chosen to be exposed," and they supposedly they have a bunch of information on them. Well, he does, and so it's like exposed. You've been exposed. Like, okay, here you go. way back there during what was the first Gulf War, they had the deck of playing cards for all the Iraqi leaders and stuff that they were looking for, from Saddam Hussein all the way down to Qusay and Uday and all the military leaders. Well, now it's the Dems. We've got AOC's up there, Elizabeth Warren. Let's expose all of them for the criminality that they've done, or just the lunacy, anti-Americanism.
Oh, here's my co-host down here.
Yeah. Hope he's in a good mood.
Me too. It wasn't earlier.
You might see blood on the floor.
Y'all just don't realize how rotten this little butthead is.
He ain't little.
He's just absolutely rotten. I wouldn't have him any other way. Oh, poor helpless little kitty cat. Helpless. Y'all hear him? Can y'all hear that?
Sometimes I can. Don't hear him this morning.
Okay.
He's spoiled, though. I know that.
Oh, he's rotten.
Robert and his family. He gets all the screen time. The other cat doesn't get any screen time.
She does not like to be picked up. Now, you can pet her all you want to, but she does not like to be picked up. So
you need to put the cat tree like right behind you. Of course, they might jump down on your head.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you what else didn't go over well this morning. I'll sit out on my front porch. I take my flashlight and I go out there every morning. I take my coffee with me and I sit on the front steps and I look around and see what critters I can see. It's pretty interesting to do off here in the backwoods in South Georgia. You never know what you're going to see. Well, I heard something and I felt something flat and wet land on my neck. And it scared the ever-loving snot out of me. And I reach up and grab it, and it was a leaf out of that oak tree. But it's dark out there, and I couldn't see what the heck it was. I didn't know if I wanted to grab it or not. And I reached up and grabbed this big old thing. I was like, ah! Yeah, it's got me.
Did you think it was a spider?
Yeah. Yeah, a big, fat, cold, wet spider.
You hollered like a girl?
Oh, yeah. Like a little girl. You would have never known it was a 54-year-old man down here. You'd have thought it was a 8-year-old girl. I let it out. I ain't scared. I ain't proud about that. I'll tell you, I don't like spiders.
Folks, be sure to check out our clip from Mama Said show on Monday night. It's on all the streams. We clipped it out so you don't have to watch the whole program. But Elizabeth and Steve are legends. Well, they were legends already, but they're more than legends now. I need to load it up. We need to load it up in the program. I just didn't get a chance yesterday. We'll load it up so we can play that. It's one we're going to reference back to. But good old Steve, he's good to play along, but he was damned to eternal hellfires for his store-bought cornbread in Monday nights, Mama Said. Funny clip, man. Legend.
Oh, my gosh. She was like, no, you might go to hell.
That one will live on.
We've been doing this for almost a year now. Well, we still, 3/4 of a year?
Yeah, about 3/4.
And, that's probably the best one we've had yet. I mean, oh my goodness. He was throwing gas on that fire and just giggling and laughing about it. She didn't realize he was just throwing gas on it at first, and then it kept going. And finally, she just snapped. It was great.
Oh, man.
If you hadn't been told that you might go to hell from someone with a deep Southern accent, you definitely need to listen to this.
No doubt.
There was accents all in that word.
It reminds me of a friend of mine who I've told this before. He's been in the South for longer than he was ever in the North, but he's from Jersey, and his favorite hockey team was the New Jersey Devils, I think they are. And anyway, I had told my wife about this guy a lot. We're friends. We're still friends. I mean, we don't hang out, but I see him every election, and he always gives me a hug, and great people. We've always had a lot of laughs when we worked together, but she brought me some lunch to work one day. And she misunderstood what I said, which it was really great. And I said, I was telling her, hey, this is so-and-so. And she's looking like I don't remember. I said, the Devils fan. And I meant the New Jersey Devils. I just shortened it down, the Devils fan. She thought I said the Devil fan. And she said, hey, buddy, you better get saved. And he looks at me, and I'm like, well, I was like, no, he's not a fan of the devil. And she's like, I'm just saying, you better get it right with God. And out she went. He said, what the heck was that? I said, she thought you were a fan of the devil. She thought that's what I was saying you were, like he's a devil worshiper or something. I loved it. Later, she's like, oh, my goodness, I feel so bad. I said, no, it was great. It was legend. I said, I just wish we had it recorded.
Yeah.
He laughed about that forever.
He's a Devils fan. You better get right with Jesus.
I told her I was proud of her. I mean, she didn't know the guy, but she flat out told, friend of the devil, you better get right.
Hey, let's talk about this offer that Trump has made to take over the Gaza Strip. Let's talk about that a minute. I mean, if you go through and you tear out all the destruction, okay, you put down some nice asphalt in places, fill in all these tunnels and do away with all the bombs and the guns and just take them all out, all right, and you make it like a gated community. You build a wall around it with multiple access points in. And you turn it into the new Riviera over there. I mean, come on. I mean, you could have nice sandy beaches. You've got, you could build modern, shopping and hotels and stuff like that, and everybody could enjoy it.
They could have had that already if they would have just, not terrorism. I mean,
But they don't want that. They don't want that. They want to be little scumbag terrorists that go through and rape, pillage, and plunders to try to get their way.
It is going to take years to rebuild. I mean, there's not enough housing for them. It's a mess. I mean, it really is.
So we take them, we move them to another country, like he was saying. Other countries don't split up families or nothing. Send they don't take them in. We go through, we level it. The hell with rebuilding, we level it and start anew. And make it into a Riviera type thing. Put a big old wall around. Trump likes walls. We can build a big old wall, a great wall, and let the whole world enjoy the place. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Even the Palestinians, if they want to come back and visit, they can.
It's an audacious statement.
It's probably one of those audacious statements that he says just to get a rise out of the liberals and the Dems. Like, we're going to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Yes. And I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make map making great again. They'll have to go back and remake all the maps. We're going to make map making great again, too. And we're going to rename it. And there will be up there. We're going to change the name of the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah. There's a lot. I need one of those shirts they have that have the Gulf of America on it. I've seen some for sale. I love capitalism. Somebody's not missing the beat here. Making a buck. I love it. But yeah, I mean, what is going on does not work. Whether you are for them or for the Israel or a little bit of both or for neither. What is going on does not work. I guess you just say the nations of the world are going to have to apply pressure there and get something done. I mean, it's
Yeah.
because it has ramifications for the whole world, and something has to give. I mean, it's just it just gets it's not getting any better. It just doesn't work, and so they've got to figure something out. Now, whether that's the plan or not, again, I don't know that I want. If we take it over, it's going to be a wholesale changes. I'll say that. It's not going to be like a UN thing, or we're just. It would be vastly different, and they would be, I'm sure there would be some sort of a review of who gets to come back in. I mean, they're not going to let, the Hamas people showing up in a 3-piece suit. Sorry, bub, we seen you with your outfit on, with your AK-47. You can't come back in.
Out.
You're out.
But
you go back to Saudi Arabia, wherever you want to go. You're not coming in.
I'm just thinking about what it's called. It's called the Gaza Strip. Well, it will really live up their name after they get done stripping out everything that's there. We're gonna strip it out. Then after that, they can call it the I don't know. We'll have to come up with a name for it.
Well, if we take it over, it might be Trump land. You could have an amusement park,
Donald's World. Instead of Wayne's World, we got Donald's World. Donald's World. Party time. Excellent.
Mar-a-Lago Mediterranean.
Mar-a-Lago West or East. Mar-a-Lago East. Middle East.
He might want to. This might be Barron, because he really wants to set him up for the future. That might be Barron. Might be put control over that. He might be the first leader of the new Donald world. Barron Trump, the Godfather, be sitting there, kiss my ring.
Red Baron. Got the Red Baron from Snoopy.
The magazine. I'm with it.
At the same time. Thank you, Steve. The magazine strip.
By the way, Steve, I've got my necklace on today. I like it. I'll be putting in another order. My wife wants one for a friend of hers, so we'll get that in. And I do have in the studio, I don't have it hung up yet, but I do have the other creation from Steve. I have up here on the shelf. I'm going to have to get it hung up. But good to have you in here this morning. Hope you're well as you're headed to work, I'm sure, or will be. I will be doing as well here shortly. But to a class, I'm in a class all day with some folks from all across the company. And it's a good group. Had a good day yesterday. One more day. But 8 hours in a class, we didn't quite stay 8 full hours, but it feels like forever. You sit in a classroom, and even if you're doing activities, it feels like a long time. Boy, they fed us good, so it's a great facility. Met some great people. Had a lot of laughs too. It was great. That's what happens when you go to work. I mean, you meet people. The DMs need to understand that. Go to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve, you got to go back and watch that clip if you hadn't seen it yet. He cut it out perfect, too. We were talking about that a little bit this morning. That was right funny. It was. Hey, we're going to be up in the now. Look, it was just last week or the week before. We got 8 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And now we're going to be back up in the 80s. Come on, man. Make up your mind.
Yeah, you're going to be really freezing when it dips back down to, 20.
It's not going to. Not going to do it.
You better watch that.
No. It might dip back down to the 50s and the 60s, but I think it's done. I'm fixing to, me and my uncle, we're going to slap a tiller together tomorrow, and I'm going to get it tilled up, and I'm going to see about getting my onion sets in the ground. Yep. Big old Georgia or Texas sweet onions.
Nice.
Talk Hear me? Get them on in the ground. Let them be growing. That's going right there. That's good eating right there. That's where I'm going to start. You're going to eat some sweet onions?
I love them. I have to watch how many I eat, but anymore. I have to be careful with the old system, but yeah. I do love onion, man. I've always loved onion.
I like mixing onion and bell pepper together in a skillet with some big old hamburger steak, put some brown gravy over it, some mushroom. Oh.
It's all good. It's all good, yeah. It's all good. I like that's good eating right there.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. The old southern eating. And do the same thing with some big old hunk of beef liver and some onions. Oh my goodness. Liver and onions.
Our friend that came in from South Africa talking about the meat pies and stuff. That sounded good. That pepper steak and stuff. That sounded good, man.
Yeah.
That really did. I could dig into that, man. That would be good stuff right there.
Yeah. Even the one with the kidney, as long as you didn't see no kidney in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see it, but I might try it. Maybe. Right. I've had kidney. I'm not a big fan. It's, but the other stuff sounded good. Have you ever been to Rodizio Grill? They come out there and cut off the meat and everything, at the table. And we had a friend, we had a guy go with us. I like my, meat well done. I can go medium well and all that, but we had a guy that was with us, and the guy come out there and cut into the little meat, whatever kind it was, and it was blood draining down.
Yeah.
And one of the guys is with us. He goes, "Friend, have you ever heard of fire? This needs to go back on the flame. It's still alive." And others were like, "Oh, send that on over here. I'll take it." He was like, "There ain't no way I'm eating that."
I'd have been one of them. Send it over this way. Yeah. I don't want my steak burnt anyway.
Well, burn ain't dripping. You don't have to be burnt to stop the drip. You don't.
Yeah, it's burnt.
We're going to disagree on this. Never going to agree on this.
Look, when you stick a fork in it and it don't jump, it's burnt. When you stick a fork in your steak, it should get a little giddy up.
I don't want to see like it's an episode of ER Tales. All the blood squirting everywhere. Come on, man. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. If you have to put a white suit on just to eat your dinner, it might be a little undone. I'll just say that.
No. Just right. I didn't even know I liked steak till I just about got grown. My grandma was like you. She cooked it to death. I
don't cook it to death. See, there you go, judging.
Well, my grandma, I'm not talking about my grandma did. She cooked it done. It was black on the inside and the outside.
No, that's burnt. I wouldn't want that. That's a very different what I'm talking about.
All dry.
No, I don't like it dry. You can get it done without it being dry. You can do that.
You can have it rare and have it taste good too.
Well, for you.
I do like
I just don't like my meat to be talking back to me. That's all. I don't like to have to fight it, to force it down to its eternal damnation in my belly,
Telling me, you might go to hell. You don't get up there with a good piece of cornbread. Rob's gonna eat you.
While I think about it, be praying for Cook. He messaged us last night. Flu and pneumonia, man. This dude's been sick for 3 weeks, man, and it's not getting better. I'm really concerned about him. Y'all pray for him.
Too. He was on his way to get his medication and stuff.
This guy's been sick, man. This is over 3 weeks, I think. I think it's over 3 weeks. He's crew, man. It's like we had If you need to leave your snack Roger.
All right. I'm going to defend myself here. Let me explain something to you. It's not raw, it's rare. I like my steak seared on the outside. I generally do it in cast iron, and I might throw it in the oven a little bit. But I like mine cooked over extremely high heat with a good layer of seasoning on the outside, and it's tender. It's just fine. I want the fat cooked through. I don't want it cool and cold. Your fat should be cooked all the way through and stuff. And the meat should have a cool red center. And that is the way I like it. And that's the way a real man eats steak. The way
real man. Come on, man.
I got you too. Hey, a real man eats the steak the way that he likes it. I'm a real man. I eat mine extremely rare. Dave's a real man. He eats his well done. And yeah, because that's the way real men do. They eat the way they like it. Juicy, flavor. I don't leave.
Come on. I love looking at names, and I when people are post on Instagram, we have to cross it over. I'm not posting comments. I want you to look. I want to post a couple of the names. I really like some of the names this morning, so we'll give you a little shout out. If you can put them on the screen, Rob. Here's my first one. I like this one. That's an interesting name. Turkey Antiques Decorations. I like it. I don't know what they're involved with.
Like an antique store for turkeys to go like you know the turkey people you call turkeys. They go around going, "Hey, how you doing? Shut up, turkey."
I like that one. That's a raw center, Rob. He says.
That's okay. Boy, I like it. That's rare. Cool red center. Look it up. That's rare. Raw. You ain't gonna get that no easy bake oven. Huh?
Here's another one. I like this one.
Cut and shoot.
Or cut and shoot Texas. I mean, maybe.
Cut and shoot Texas.
It's like Bill Murray said. I want to. It's like Bill Murray said in Stripes. I want to party with you, dude. Oh, here's you a feel good one for this morning. I like this.
Huh?
You know, here's you one coming that makes you feel good. Oh, that's hold on. I gotta. Sometimes they don't want to pick up here. Hang on, give me just a second. I'll probably hit the wrong button. Here you go. Here's one make you feel good for today. So thank you on the Instagram side. Sunshine Life Words. I like it. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I love names.
And you're good enough. You're smart enough. And doggone it, people love
you. There's some other ones in here. Y'all have some good names. I'm just picking out some that jump out at me. We appreciate you being following the Southern Fried Podcast. And some of them I recognize. You've been in before, Don, and a couple others I recognize. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate you. All you folks from X, we have quite a few from X and Twitch. Thank you so much for being in the stream this morning. Rumble, I'm sure we don't see Rumble till we're after show, but thanks so much for that. Which that's Steve for sure. You know, Steve, you're legend. You were already legend, but man, you are legend now. I mean, wow.
Oh, you pulled Elizabeth up to legend status with you.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. He was throwing gas right on her fire, got her good and fired up about that cornbread. My goodness.
He's going to have to find a way to work that into one of his shows, you know, like, folks, I've been, but these flames are pretty hot in the forest today, but let me tell you, it gets a little harder where I was sent to.
Where Elizabeth threatened to send me to. All over store-bought cornbread. Can you believe that?
Oh, man.
Oh. But everybody from Instagram, Rumble, and X and all that, we've got a lot of folks in here this morning. If y'all would go ahead and smash that follow button, give us a like if you enjoy what we're doing, and yeah, we'd appreciate it.
Don't forget tonight will be Hump Day News. Hump Day News. Always a little crazy on Wednesday nights. It gets a little crazy.
A little crazy.
And then Wednesday night is Cornbread Nation, episode number 4, I believe. and that will be neat.
That's a show that we have a lot of fun with. We run it a little different. We don't really get into the chats that much. We come in, we do a bunch of little skits and stuff like that, and we come in just to have fun. And we do look at it a lot of times at the end of the show. We'll go back and go over it, but I just saw somebody's fingers. Hey! You tell her to get her fingers up front of that camera. I know who it is.
She was saying, "Hey, getting the keys so she can warm up the." I don't know why it's not that cold, but they wanted to sit in the vehicle, so she's unlocking my truck. So as long as I don't hear it going down the road, we're okay.
Yeah. Oh, with that crew, you never know. They may be like, "Oh, we got to go to McDonald's. We need some breakfast." Yeah, Papa, you just stay right in there. We'll be back in a minute.
Oh yeah. Did you ever take the vehicle before you were old enough to drive and take a joyride, Rob? Did you ever do that?
Well, if it was working, but yeah, I drive the meat truck. At the end of the day,
I mean, before you were a licensed driver.
Yeah, I drive across the road to the dump. Huh? I
mean, down the road when you were not authorized to do so, you took it and just took off with it. Did you ever do that? I bet Steve did.
Oh, I saw Steve went fishing and caught the
I bet
smallmouth in the river.
I bet Steve had the pedal to the metal on that Yugo as he was jumping hills up there in Ohio. You know, full on. You know, playing probably Ozzy or something on the radio as he's running around.
It wasn't a Yugo; it was a Pinto. Playing Ozzy. It looked like Wayne's World.
Well, I would have been the Pacer.
Queen. Huh?
Pacer, you know.
Yeah.
It had the Pacer going on.
Yeah, the Pacer. Yes, that's it. Jumping in there.
Pedal to the metal, jumping hills. You know, fist pump out the windows as he's going jumping creeks. Or he says rivers. He said he didn't drive in creeks, rivers.
They were playing Dukes of Hazzard, and he was always cooter.
Yeah,
sorry, that wasn't nice either.
There's somewhere there was a scene stop as Steve was jumping over something. You know, now remember, kids, this is why we don't do this. You know, because we never know how.
We don't let guys named Steve drive cars in Ohio.
You might be in a world of trouble here, son. Then you got a commercial break and he comes back and then the car lands, you know. Yeah.
Now, I guarantee you, if Steve came down here, he'd get involved in a cow patty fight. He's one of them people.
I think he's more a cow tipper. I don't know about patty fight, but he's a cow tipper, you know. He could pull off the Tommy Boy. I had my mom's minivan on two wheels once.
Was she beating on your arm going, Steve, Steve, trying to put the Flintstone brakes on?
How old were you when you did that?
Yeah. Oh, 6. Hang on, Mama. Here we go. You can't drive this van. This is how it went down. He said, "You can't drive this van." He said, "Hold my beer."
That's pretty good. You get a minivan up on two wheels. I mean, you could easily flip that thing over. That's pretty impressive. He didn't say that he flipped. He just had it on two wheels. So he rode it out. Good job.
You just hang on to the wheel till you hear a glass break and you smell poop. Just hang on. There are just some times when you just have to just put the pedal to the metal and hang on. And that was probably one of them. Hope for the best.
That's when you tell your wife, close your eyes. I've got to do some aggressive driving or we're going to be late.
Yeah.
And they know to start praying. It's like, are we there yet?
Oh, dear Lord.
2 more miles. 2 more miles. We'll be there.
Oh, Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. Take it out of his hands. Lord have mercy.
I can see Steve coming in the minivan. He's one of those that would probably come in, sliding sideways and then just back into the spot. There you go, Mom. See, not a scratch on it.
Much. The only scratch on us from that little old lady we hit on the way up the hill there. But that's her fault. She should have got the heck out of my way. I bet the old crap handle wasn't in real good shape either.
I love it.
Yeah. My goodness. What were you doing with a sway bar in a van? In a minivan.
Oh,
I love it. I love it. I love it. Most Southern girls drive like that too. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, these Southern women folk they got coming through now, they drive like a bunch of heathens.
you got to
be driving down the road, and see somebody coming flying up through there.
Steve, we're going to do that. I'm going to do that tonight on Hump Day. We're going to ring it. We're going to ring it out. We're going to display your creation.
We will compare it to mine. We're going to compare the sounds of yours compared to mine that's made out of, as you put it, Chinesium.
Oh, you're going to feel bad. You're going to want to order you one real quick, Rob.
What am I going to do with this one I got?
Do you really want me to answer that?
Dude, I've had this one a long time. It's got some sentimental value to it.
I'm just saying. Oh. Let's see. I should add. I'm just having fun, man. Don't take it personal. The Chinese. You're thinking dirty. I didn't say anything. I just said, do you want me to answer that? I should add that my dad was in charge of the options when they first bought the van, so I was the only guy telling the minivan with 3.7 liter V6.
So what you're saying was, your what do they call those mom mobiles or whatever? What do they call them, Dave? I can't remember.
The soccer mom? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you mean? The soccer
So
mom.
you had the soccer mom, a hot rod soccer mom van. With a 3.7 liter V6, you had something going on there. And those things, I'm just saying, were you cutting donuts in the parking lot while she was inside grocery shopping? That would be amazing. Could you imagine?
I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Arm out the window. Yeah. Rock on. And your mom's like, oh.
There's an announcement come over the intercom. Excuse me, we have 2 young boys out in a vehicle, a minivan. You need to go stop them before we call the police.
Would the driver of the blue minivan, I'm sorry, would the driver of the mean green minivan please go out there and snatch a knot in your children's head and tell them to quit doing donuts in our parking lot?
We've nearly had 3 senior citizens have heart attacks already.
Oh, my friends called it the magic bus or the mean green machine.
What great memories. Dude, you got a picture of that? I'd love to see a picture of the van. Oh, that'd be cool. That's what we need to see. A picture of Steve when he was young with his long hair, teenager. Got the whole, Metallica look going on. That's what we need to see.
No.
That's what we need to see. The
we probably
16-year-old Steve.
Yeah. That's what we all do. We ought to all get on here with our old pictures.
And Robert could get on there with his flaming red hair. We need to see that picture.
Oh.
I took all the seats out of the back and put in
Took out all the seats in the back, put in a recliner and a moon chair. Might as well have been a VW bus. You know, if you could have got you a lava lamp to working in there, that would have been perfect.
What is the moon chair? I'm sure I know this, but I can't think of what that is. What is the moon chair?
And if you'll notice, right there, I do have my lava lamp.
I see that.
Steve.
Oh, yeah. I understand, Steve. I get it. Yeah. That'd be a great memory. That'd be cool to see.
That was probably back when you had to wind that little button on the back of your phone to advance the film.
No.
Oh, he had the Polaroid camera.
Well, those would have been out. Yeah. All that.
Yeah. Because Steve's like, well, I bet them other ones there. Steve's like, what, 70? And we can remember them cameras. So, you know, where you wind the film to advance it. So I bet he does.
He remembers that. Yeah. I actually have one of the old cameras. I've never used it. The top you look down at the top of had the flash bulb. You know, I mean, you couldn't take a lot of pictures. You know.
No.
But you look through the top. I've got that put up somewhere. I got that from my grandfather.
And I love the old ones from like when they talk about going out west and they got the old style camera. Now you stand still, don't move.
A wicker chair.
I know what it is. It's got the round base on it. It's got that arching back and it's got the arms that come around.
I'm with
that's
you.
what you talk about.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking that, but I wasn't sure. You know, what that would be. Did you have them bolted down or was they just free flowing? You know, like
oh, you know they was free flowing. Back then you didn't even have to have seat belts.
You went around the corner.
Yeah, that was the fun. He had 6 people in the back of that van. One
tip over backwards, go forward.
He had it on 2 wheels. Trying to tip him over.
Trying not to spill his beer. Mom!
Yeah.
I about lost the Michelob on that last turn.
His mom was probably telling him, you quit taking these curves so hard. No, I got to tip him over back there. Hang on, Mama.
I love it.
The hills of northern Ohio were never the same again.
The legends of Steve Holler.
Steve Holler? Now, this is a story about a man named Steve. Well, if you ever go back into Steve Holler, well, you better not go at night.
I love it.
Free floating all the way. They were not DOT approved, surprisingly. You know, I could about say, you know, I've seen people put chairs in the back of pickups down here. Yeah. And it was probably about the same as what you were, what was going on with your van. You know, you try to give them a little nudge every once in a while, see if you can tip them over or whatever, or hit the brakes and watch all the chairs slide to the front of the truck. That's always fun. And then just before they hit the cab, you floor it so they all slide back toward the tailgate. And then you realize that you didn't put the tailgate up. And
I had a buddy, he shouldn't have done it, but he saw a bunch of people in the back of a truck one day. I mean, I say a bunch. They were sitting on the sides and everything. I think the whole family came to the laundromat. It was a pickup truck. The whole back of the vehicle is filled with kids, you know, and I mean, not little ones. I mean, like teenagers, you know, or preteen to late teen. And my buddy pulls up in the car and he's got this full can of Coke. It's not open. I mean, it's just, you know, and you know, Coke, you shake it up and everything. So it was a perfect launch. Like I said, what are you doing? He goes, watch this. This will be great. Whenever he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I didn't know what he was going to do. So he launches the Coke can up in the air. Perfect. It was like incoming. They didn't have no idea what he throwed. I mean, they just see something flying through the air. So they all jump out of the truck, you know, like diving for it to get out of the way. It lands perfectly in the back of the truck. And so it hits and all that, it punctures a hole in it and all that Coke goes spraying. and they're all ducking for cover. And I'm like, that's the coolest thing I ever seen. Until they all turned and were like running after us. And we had to tear out of the parking lot and get out of there. I mean, I'm serious when I say there was at least 15, if not 20 people in the back of the truck. Crazy. They were packed in there. And I asked him later, I said, why did you do that? I don't know. I just do things. I don't think about it. I just do it. You could have got us killed. There's a lot more of them than there were of us. Thankfully, we were in the vehicle.
Oh.
It's a good thing there weren't cameras back then.
Yes.
For some things.
Yes.
Oh,
well, everybody,
good to be with you.
Yes, it's good to be with y'all this morning. It's 7 a.m. You know what that means? It's time to get off, turn your computer off, and go to work time.
Yeah.
Dave's got to turn his computer off and take the grandkids to school and then go to work.
Yeah.
It's time for me just to get busy. Well, y'all have a great day. Hey, y'all like, follow, subscribe, throw it on the floor, kick it around, throw it on the plate, just like you do your hash browns at Waffle House. Scattered, smothered, covered, chopped, chunked, diced, however. It's scattered well.
I never, for the record, I never liked the chunked part. It always sounds like vomit to me. Okay.
It's ham, dude. Chunks of ham. It's not chunky or chunks. The intrusive thoughts one with your buddy Dave. Yes. Y'all have a great day. You have a great day too, Steve. Like, follow, subscribe, and we will see y'all back here tonight. Large and in charge on Hump Day News. Y'all have a great day.
Salute.
Salute. It's coming up. I'm trying to get the right one, but whatever you do.
Well, once again, it's time, my friends, for another meet and greet. We're Southern Fried and nationwide, so hang on to your seats. Look around, here's what I found. I guess you'll never know what you'll see on the Southern Fried Podcast.